Hey, welcome traders and everyone else. And this is Drippy, your source of options rep on a daily basis. On this channel, we talk about some of the most exciting setups given the current macroeconomics, market structure, options flow data, and technical analysis. And keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. You're responsible for taking profits and managing your risk. And without further ado, I'm going to talk about a couple setups I'm watching for upcoming week. Now, upcoming week, keep in mind we have CPI data coming Tuesday. We have other economic data coming on Thursday and Wednesday as well, PPI data. And Friday is market is closed. So try not to get a lot of weekly contracts and try not to position yourself too much, and I do think that we'll have increase in the volatility in the market. So the first stock or the first thing I'm watching to go long is VIX. Now you can trade VXX for it. So if you look at VIX here, um, you can see a couple things here to note. Let me first delete these extra stuff. And yeah, so if you look here, kind of like VIX, it's just like a falling wedge breakdown, and then now it kind of like trying to find a support. It does look bearish, and there's not much volume from last couple of days, which is just completely opposite of what we have been seeing last couple of days. And I mean, like, for me, it's not much about the TA, but just looking at just like VXX and VIX, both of them together, it's been bouncing from the support area. And I do think that we'll see increase in the VIX. If you look at the flow for VIX here real quick, you can see that, sorry, VXX, you can see here that there's been a lot of out of money calls, pretty much whole day. And this bearish means it's actually bearish for the market but bullish for the VIX index itself. If you see, they're buying $25 call, 68 days expiration. So it's not a lot of money, but I'm watching VIX first this week to go long. And then second one, VXX VIX, similar. VXX is the trading vehicle. And now second one I want to talk about is PDD, which is a Chinese name. Now, if you look here at this name, this has been rejected by the CMA. So, it's just right now it's been in this kind of like consolidation zone from last couple of days. So this box, if it breaks below 39.5 area here, that's the line of support. That's the line of support I'm watching below that. And also, if you look at the SATI ATR levels for this, the put trigger, actually that's for swing play. Let me just move to multi-day mode here, and then let's go to the 15-minute chart for PDD, right? And then if you look here, the put trigger is right around this area, 39.66. So that's what I'm watching. Below 39.66 is my area where I want to watch, and the target would be around kind of like $35. And this name is a super volatile name, so this can pay big. And also, just the flow is super bearish on PDD. I mean, if you look here, this is not just, I mean, this was from last week Friday, right? But if you look on Thursday, so like look at the open interest on this, and you will see that the right here, let me actually find the contracts for you guys. So if I do last 7 days and then disable this, and now you will see there's a lot of put buying going on this one, right? We have, and let's include the sell as well. So we have let's keep this $38 puts, right? These were purchased on 7th, and 8th was, and also on 8th, if you look here, we have right around the close $35 put. So a lot of activity on this specific date, actually on 6th of May 2022, $38 puts. So that's what I'm watching actually, to see if we can get some sell off, especially when volatility is high. These names can go down. But saying that, if it breaks above, let's say, fills this gap here around $46 and then comes down, the trade becomes invalid. So I'm only interested in this below 39.66. Let's go to the next ticker, which I'm super excited to talk about, and the chart setup looks really good, is AR, Antiro Resources. Now, I mean, this has been on an insane bull run, right? I mean, we're talking about from almost 0.34 to 33,000%, already. Anyway, so here we are talking about this been in consolidation range here, just been for almost 1 or 2 weeks here, and it's broke out on Friday, and last Friday the breakout was big. We already in this position, and we are looking for a target of $35, and then if it breaks out bigger, then it could potentially reach to $38 as well. The trade becomes invalid below this area here, 30.37. You can even have a tighter stop around right here, 31.84. But looking at the flow here for AR, let's go back to today's trades only, and you can see here they're buying $40 call, and this is 68 days to expiration, so 17th of June. And you can see here, the bid-ask spread is not that wide, and this was a premium spread of 218k. Plus there are other spreads as well, leaps, and then there's this order here, 34 call, for 13k. So overall bullish flow. I'm bullish on the sector as well, and natural gas names are on top of my list for next week, similar to other oil names. For example, Oxy also looks really good for continuation. So we're watching these names, and let's talk about the next one, is Ssrm. Now Ssrm, I talked about this in my stream with the Unusual Whales folks, and daily squeeze, low volume accumulation here, and on the 4-hour squeeze fired on this one. A lot of room to go to the upside. Here we have some previous inflection points, so that's pretty good. And my target is actually $25 in a month or so. So looking as a longer term swing play, and looking at the flow for gold, for example, GLD, super bullish activity on this, and similar to GLD we have GDX, which is also another gold miner, right? So you can just trade the index itself if you are worried about other things. Index looks great as well, GDX. It also kind of broke out or about to break out. So very interesting pivot for GDX, and squeeze also looks really good. And Bitcoin is actually not performing good tonight. Bitcoin is actually testing this wedge breakout, and if it breaks below this, and that could be nasty. It can go all the way to $34,000. So watching gold for a breakout, which is a risk, like non-risky asset. And so Ssrm looks really good. Another name is NEM in this, which is also Newmont Corporation. Kind of extended for me a little bit. I like Ssrm more. And next one I want to talk about is, let's see, we talked about Antiro Resources. We talked about so the final one is MDLZ. Now MDLZ, again in this range here, we saw this this wick here kind of signifies the buyers are interested in buying this up and kind of fill the gap, more or less. And also, if you look at the weekly chart for this name, you know, this has been acting as a strong bounce area. A lot of room to go to the upside here, all the way to $68 in next couple weeks. And this sector is really bullish. If you look at the sector itself, PBJ, broke out already. And then we have other names in this like Archer Daniels, right? Sorry, you can see here the ETF itself. We have STZ, ADM. So ADM also, already reaching new highs here. Extremely bullish. So I think that MDLZ can catch up next week. And watching that, there are other names. Food industry is performing really good. For example, BRCC, we have seen this insane run up on this one. So I think MDLZ could be the next one. Watching that. So these are the final choices for me, is like MDLZ. I know that like I'm also bullish on Pfizer. I think it needs a little bit of consolidation before the next leg up, but Pfizer also looks really good, for a long setup here. I think it can reach all-time high pretty soon. And a little bit of pullback back to around $54 would be a buying opportunity for me for Pfizer. But we're watching it intraday. So keep in mind VXX, Anterior Resources, MDLZ, so AR, MDLZ, and PFE, and also Ssrm, GDX, gold names, oil names. These are the names which are looking really good. Not interested in trading tech names. The charts don't really, they're not really my kind of taste. So that's all, folks. Have a good rest of your weekend. I'll catch up tomorrow.